Hey folks, Ed here from Brain Pulp TV, back with more Magic Online. We are plugging away, continuing on, soldiering forth with our 9-match Shadows over Innistrad / Eldritch Moon sealed friendly league. Or friendly sealed league. It's an awful lot of words to constantly have to say. I'm going to get the order mixed up, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Now, if you've been watching the previous parts, you know, if you haven't been watching the previous parts, I should say first, there'll be a link appearing above my head taking you to the first part. You can catch up there. But if you have been watching, you know that we finished our second stage with an even record. We have 3 wins, 3 losses, so the best we can hope for in this entire league is a 6-3 record, which still is pretty good. It'll get us the player points back that we use to pay for the league. We're still going to be down a couple packs because we did add a couple packs, but still, that won't be too bad if we get 6-3. Even if we get 5-3, 4-3, we had some fun. That wouldn't be 5-3, 4-3 because the losses would go up. It would be 5-4, 4-5. Math, wonderful. It's still not going to be that big of a deal because we did have some fun, or at least I had some fun. I have made some changes to the deck, so let's go over those now before we get into our first match in this third stage. Now, at the end of the last stage, we opened up a pack of Shadow over Innistrad, which was just filled with white and green cards, which is perfect for our deck being a white and green deck. So I have made some changes. I haven't received feedback, or let me put it this way, I haven't waited long enough to record the next set of matches to receive feedback from you guys. So I'm doing this sort of from the seat of my pants, off the cuff type of thing. I think the additions and the removals make sense to me, at least. They may not make sense to you. We'll go over them now, and you guys can judge me and see what happens when you leave me to my own devices. First, let's go over the cards that we have taken out of this deck. We take out 1 Plains. We take out Dawngryff, which is one of the cards I'm not entirely sure I should take out, but still, bear with me. I'll show you the cards that we're putting in instead. Steadfast Cathar, we've removed. It of the Horrid Swarm. We already have a copy of this in the deck. I really liked running this deck with 2 copies of it. I'm taking it out because I wanted to test something else out and see if it works, but this is one of the cards I was really sad to see go. Hamlet Captain. Hamlet Captain, I still think is good. I mean, it's at its worst, it's a bear, but its upside, even though we have a lot of humans in this deck, never really shone through. It never became a factor for the most part. And I like the design of the card. I think the card, to me, seems better on, once again, excuse the pun, better on paper than it did in actual play. But I could be wrong. If you guys disagree, please let me know. But yeah, so I took out Hamlet Captain. And then the last one I took out was the Cryptolith Fragment here. Now, I really, really liked Cryptolith Fragment. I like the fact that it has helped me in the past get that either double green or double white when I needed it. I think with the inclusion of one of the cards that we're going to have in the deck now, we don't necessarily need it. So another one that I'm sort of on the fence with, but I wanted to try something new with the third stage, so I took out Cryptolith Fragment. Now let's get on to the cards that I added into the deck. First, we have Fortified Village, which is a nice bit of mana fixing. It's one of the reasons why I took the Cryptolith Fragment out. I think this will help us get to where we need to go. It's not ramp, obviously, but it is definitely mana fixing. And for a deck that has a few double green and a few double white, I think this is going to make a vast improvement in our deck. I've put in Moldgraph Scavenger. It's a 0/4. This format is filled with 3/2s. So I was happy to take this out, or take Hamlet Captain out and put the Moldgraph Scavenger in its place. I also think that with the build that we have here, there's going to be a much bigger chance of us getting Delirium. We may not get Delirium quick, but even if this just stays a 0/4 for a while, I think I'm getting more use out of it than the Hamlet Captain. Once again, if you guys think differently, that's perfectly fine. Please let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to hear it. The next card we're adding is Duskwatch Recruiter. Nope, not the Moldgraph Scavenger. It's the Duskwatch Recruiter. This is pretty much self-explanatory. This is just an amazing card. I can't see many people playing green having this in their card pool and not playing it. So this was an auto-include the second I saw it in the pack that we opened up at the end of the second stage. Next up, we have Byway Courier, which we were adding in. I took out... Technically, I guess I took out the Cryptolith Fragment for the Byway Courier. it's got the ability to give us a bit of card draw. It's also a 3/2 body, which I kind of liked. I think sometimes we were sort of lacking an extra 3/2 body, even though we do have like a couple of Ironclad Slayers and stuff like that. But still, if I were to make a change again, I would probably remove the Byway Courier and bring the Cryptolith Fragment back in. But we'll see. We'll see how it runs in the first match of the third stage. I also bring in wonderful grammar with this sentence. I brought in Hope against Hope. We have 2 Ironclad Slayers. We have a bunch of humans, and we typically have no problem flooding our board with a fair number of creatures. So I thought Hope against Hope was a good card to bring in. I guess if I would have replaced anything with it, I guess the Dawngrif was what would have had to go to bring this in. But yeah, this is a card where I think, given the build that we have, it could be very, very useful. It can also be like popped onto something like the Moldgraph Scavenger, even if we don't have Delirium, because it doesn't have Defender. It just simply doesn't have any power. So something like this could really help us out. The last card I added was one that was suggested by Bash Trigger a while ago, Geist-Fueled Scarecrow. Now that I've taken out one of the Horrid Swarms, and the fact that we have so many 3s and so many 1s so many 3s and so many 2s, I think Geist-Fueled Scarecrow will be really good in this build. On top of which, it is a creature and an artifact, which will help with the couple cards that we have with Delirium, Moldgraph Scavenger, and Geist of the Lonely Vigil. So that is the final change, bringing that in. Once again, if we find that it's not working, we'll just simply, maybe switch a few things back. But for this match, I want to see how this build works. Okay, but enough talking now. Let's hit the play button. Let's get to our first match in the third stage of this league. On a side note, when I record, I try to remember to turn off the air conditioning so it doesn't kick in halfway through a game and, mess up the audio a little bit or cause me to have to do a bit more tweaking in the audio in post. However, the second the air conditioner, because it's summer here, the second the air conditioner turns off in this office, it gets hot as hell. And whereas I normally have to wear a hoodie to stay warm because it stays so cool in the office, it's getting warm now. So hopefully I won't have to strip for you guys mid-game, but articles of clothing may have to be removed. Fair warning. And we've just probably lost a ton of subscribers, so there we go. We didn't have that many to begin with, so whatever. Okay, here we are in the 7th match of this league, and what a horrible opening hand for us. We're on the draw, but yeah, I can't... No, I'm not going to keep this. I got to mulligan this. So. This is... we get to scry and we're on the draw now. Yeah, I'm going to keep this. It's not ideal, but our opponent also mulliganed down to 6, which can be good for us. I mean, I know I should put this in the bottom, but we don't have anything. Well, yeah, I'm going to put that in the bottom of the library. We do have 2 copies of it, so we could see it again, but I definitely want a 3rd land sometime soon, so... Excellent. So we did get a 3rd land. We're not going to be able to do anything till turn 3, but maybe we'll draw into either our Inspector or one of our 2-drops next turn, which would be great for us. Luckily, our opponent isn't off to a blazing start. Well, now we have the 4 that we need for Gisela, so we seem to be going pretty good. We're 1 off of a land to be able to cast Thalia's Lancers or the Somberwall Stag. Our opponent is stuck on 2, so this is really good for us, and we got our 5th one. So I think we're lucking out with our opponent being a bit on the mana screwed side here. And they now caught their land, so hopefully they'll be able to play something. Bygone Bishop. Okay. Now, I can't imagine living in a world where they're going to make this trade, but what the hell? We'll swing in, see what happens. I have a feeling Gisela is going to meet an untimely end very soon, so we got her out there at least, and we can bring Thalia's Lancers or the Somberwall Stag can actually take care of that too. So I mean, you can play around removal to a certain extent, but you can't not play something like Gisela just because you think maybe they're going to immediately do removal on it, so. Choking Restraints. We do have Angelic Purge, so we can get rid of their Choking Restraints at some point, which would be good for us. This turn, we're going to be bringing out Sombral Stag, which is going to take out their Bygone Bishop. And there's the Angelic Purge right there, so I'm going to do the Sombral Stag first. They need 5 mana in order to sacrifice the Choking Restraints. So we can still Angelic Purge the Choking Restraints, and they're not going to be able to exile our creature next turn. Okay. And yes, we do. And we'll swing in with the Courier. And with the Angelic Purge, I'll just sacrifice one of my lands. One of the planes, most likely. So, opponent apparently is still stuck on 3 land, which on turn 6 really sucks for them. Field Creeper. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and Angelic Purge the Choking Restraints, sacrifice a permanent, we'll sacrifice one of the lands. And I'm just going to swing away, I think, with everything. If they want to block the Courier, that's great. Yeah, our opponent couldn't get anything going. I've been there, stuck well past 6 turns actually on 3 lands, and there's nothing you can do unless you have your entire early game just constantly coming into your hand. The opponent was in a very, very bad position, so I do feel bad. It's still a win for us, which is great, but not exactly the type of match I would prefer in a league like this. Anyways, I'm not going to change anything. I think we're good. Hopefully our opponent will have a bit better luck, but not so much luck that they win, because in the end, I still kind of want to win. So yeah, let's just hit submit and see how it goes. With the latest patch, oh, okay, let's see. I would have preferred 3 lands. We're once again on the draw, so I'm going to keep this. We're coming off of a win. We're on the draw. I'm going to keep this. Now they have a much earlier start. Much quicker start for them. Thraben Inspector. So I'm going to bring out the village. Reveal plains. Tap it for white. And put out an Inspector. So we did luck out in the sense that we got a first turn play. So I'm kind of happy about that. I'm also going to be able to draw a little later on. Really need to catch another land, though, to get things going for us. It's got flying, not much we can do. We did not catch another land, so I'm going to hold up for Blessed Alliance, or maybe even just Clue. Let's swing in first. And yeah, we'll just pass the turn. Maybe we'll Blessed Alliance. We'll see what they do next. Maybe we'll just Clue for hopefully a land drop. I'd rather hang on to Blessed Alliance, but at the same time, I'd like to get rid of the Topplegeist, because it is a flyer and it can cause a problem for us if they were to hit Delirium. Oh, Blessed Alliance or the Clue. You know what? I'm going to Blessed Alliance. No, I'm going to Clue. I'm going to Clue. I'm going to draw and see what we get. Okay, good. So we did get a land. We did get a land. Okay, so we're on 3 land now. We have 2 Choking Restraints. We have Blessed Alliance. We have the Priest. And we have Hermit of Natterknolls, which is great. So I think here... First, let's see if they make this trade, and I don't think they will. No, I didn't think they would. We are going to bring out the Hermit of Natterknolls, because this forces them to cast spells on their turn. It also somewhat deters them from casting spells on our turn. There might have been a argument for bringing out the Priest there and just being able to start tapping down, but because we're not really taking a ton of damage, I'm not too worried about it. We also have removal in our hands. 3 bits of removal in our hands, really. So all of which we have the mana to cast, which is great. Not that I would turn my nose up at another land this turn, but they are not missing their land drops this time. They are just getting white, though, so that might be putting them off of color. They'll gain 2 life. Is it 2 life or 3? No, it's 3 life. That's right. Okay. I'm going to Choking Restraints the Apothecary Geist here. I mean, I might have wanted to... do I want to swing in with both? Or do I want to keep one back to prevent the damage? You know what? No, I'm going to swing in with both. I'll swing in with both. I mean, I might have wanted to... next turn, I can hold up. If I get another land, I almost definitely will probably not cast anything and just hold it for Blessed Alliance, and that way the Hermit will flip. But for now, I'm fine with swinging in there and putting the Choking Restraints on the Geist, because we don't have much that can stop things by air. We do have Gisela. Of course, Gisela may be obviously the better play if we... okay, so Choking Restraints, that's fine too. Not great for us, but it's fine. Because at least he still maintains his abilities. So if they cast on our turn, we are still going to be able to draw. So we get to benefit from the card that way, which is nice. We did not get another land, which is unfortunate. I'm not going to Choking Restraints here. I'm going to bring out Geist of the Lonely Vigil, and then we can start blocking their flyer. And I'm also just going to hold the... No, the Inspector, it doesn't really matter if I hold it back, because it's not going to be able to block that. So yeah, I'm gonna bring out the Geist. Because still, once again, there's nothing here that I'm really too worried about that I want to put Choking Restraints on it. And there's no point in holding the Inspector back. So I'm just gonna swing it with the Inspector. Because once again, when this thing attacks, it gets +0/+2, so it would eat the Inspector. If we ever need to chump, I'll just hold the Inspector back. But still have Blessed Alliance. I mean, we're not doing badly, considering the fact that we're on 3 lands. It's sort of like a nice little reversal of fortune that we're on 3 lands this time, and the opponent is catching all their land drops. Now they got 1 card in hand. So I'm thinking at this point, Choking Restraints might not be a bad idea on the Steadfast Cathar. Yeah, let's go ahead and Choking Restraints the Steadfast Cathar. I'm gonna swing in with the Inspector. Because we can cast, we still have another creature we can cast. We have Blessed Alliance, which we're going to be able to cast on their turn as well too, to get rid of one of their attackers if need be. Okay, so they're bringing that down there. I'm guessing they have the guy that can fetch enchantments. Because they exiled, yeah, they exiled him. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Faithbearer Paladin. That is unfortunate for us. Hey, we caught a land. Excellent, excellent. Now, we have options. We can bring out Gisela, which I think might be a good idea. We can also hold up 2 for Blessed Alliance, but I don't think that'll be anywhere near as useful. So yeah, let's just go ahead and bring out Gisela. And then hope that they don't have removal as the last card in their hand. We can also cast a Scarecrow which would be able to trade off with the Faithbearer Paladin. I mean, they're going to be gaining life from the Faithbearer regardless. We hopefully will be able to gain a bit of life with Gisela. I'm not sure. Let's see what they're bringing out. Okay. Don't think they're swinging in here. No, they're not swinging in here. Okay, so now we still have options. I'm probably going to bring out the Priest and then hold back for Blessed Alliance. They're well off of Delirium. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would mean 3. I would need 3. So I can't use it. I can't get rid of the Geist for it. But yeah, so let's bring out the Priest. And then we have up for Blessed Alliance. Because one of the good things is that if they swing in and we're able to first strike away one of their creatures first, we can cast Blessed Alliance after the first strike but before the second one. So they'll still have to remove one of the other creatures. So we could end up taking 2 of their creatures out and not lose any of ours. So I'm not going to attack with Gisela. I'm going to hold her back. They still have a couple cards in hand, so, I mean, they could shut down Gisela immediately, which would suck, but let's see what they're going to end up doing here. Target opponent sacrifices attacking creature. So that worked out really well. I'm surprised they only swung in with one thing. And I'm glad she's gone, because she would have been a pain in the ass, especially because if we'd been catching land drops, they would have come into tapped. Same thing with any of our creatures would have come into play tapped. So that worked out well for us. Thalia's Lancers. Now this is... Yeah, this is search your library. So we'll see what gets revealed. Excellent. So they don't have... So that they must have been using that for that. So that works out well for us. So now, I think we just swing in with Gisela. We start swinging in with Gisela. Yeah, we'll swing in with Gisela. Do we? Yeah, we're going to swing in with Gisela. And I'm going to bring out the courier, I'm going to bring out the courier, and I'm going to keep 1 mana up for the Priest. It's not going to be able to tap down either of these, which sucks, but it will be able to tap down the Topplegeist. Not that that's a huge deal for us, but still. I might have wanted to bring out the Geistfield Scarecrow there, but we can pop the Thraben in front of one of these for a chump. Most likely it's going to go in front of the Lancers. And we'll take 3 from the Faithbearer, and they'll gain 3, but not a lot we can do about that. Okay, so we tap down the Topplegeist. I think I'm going to put them both, actually, in front of the Faithbearer Paladin. Yeah, might as well, right? If they have a trick, that means they're going to have to spend it. So... And then, at the very least, we'll be able to get a clue out of this. We're still taking 4, but we're gaining 4 each time with Gisela. They've got 1 card in hand. A land would be amazing. We have Seasons Past as well, too, so we can always bring a bunch of these cards back to our hand. Okay, good. So they are casting something, so we're going to get to know that from under the floorboards. Madness. They can't cast it for the mana's cost, so they're going to put 3 and gain 3 life. Okay. really could have used... We can tap down the zombies. Another land would have been huge there for us. Now, do I hold back Gisela? They don't have... Yeah, no, we're going to swing in. We're going to swing in with Gisela each turn. Gain 4. Yeah, so let's swing in with Gisela. They have no cards in hand, so we know we're not walking into a trick. And we can keep chumping. You know what? I'm going to bring out the Geistfield Scarecrow. Because at the very least, I can use it to fuel it next turn, the following turn, and we won't have to worry about it messing up with our mana. The other alternative is to Clue and leave mana up for Priest. But I think I want the Scarecrow out there. So let's do that. Because I can always pop a chumper in front of the Lancers. And that'll really offset the damage clock. Still, they still only have one card in hand. We've got a Clue. We've got a way to tap down one of their zombies or the Topplegeist. They're one card off of Delirium, which is problematic for us, but I'm not overly worried about it quite yet. Okay, that's unfortunate. Once again, we have Seasons Pass, so it's not the end of the world. We can also bring out another lifelinker if we catch one more land, which would be great. I'm going to pop that in front of the Lancers. And we'll see what we get here. West Bay Albi, excellent. So we got another land, which is great for us. I mean, this is causing our stuff to cost more each turn. But I think I'm going to swing in with it. I mean, they could double block it. If they double block it, that'd be horrible for us. Actually, no, it wouldn't be. Because then we wouldn't, instead of bringing out it, we would bring out Faithbearer Paladin or Somberwald Stag. So we almost want them to double block with it. Okay, so we're going to swing in with the Geist. And if they double block, great. It gets rid of the Geist for us. And if not, then we're going to eat the Geist with the it next turn. They are double blocking. So that takes care of two of their tokens. Okay, 3. Sadly, we can't pump it. That's fine. Okay. Now, First Strike does not matter when it fights a creature, as far as I know. So, it's entirely possible, if I'm wrong about this, that I'm making a horrible, horrible mistake. But, let's find out. Okay, excellent. So it does work that way. Oh, God, I was so worried. It's these weird little rules where you don't have time to look it up when you're playing online that sort of freak me out. But I think we're okay here because they can swing in for 3. They've only got 1 card in hand. We've got a ton of cards in hand. We're 1 off from being able to Seasons Pass, which is great. We can Faithbearer Paladin next turn. We can it next turn. And we can tap down their creatures as well, too. So I think we're doing okay. So first and foremost, let's do this. So 7, 5. So we need to tap for 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Yeah. Cast Wisdom Emerge and sacrifice a creature. Alrighty, and now we're gonna leave 1 mana up so we can tap down like their zombies or something. Actually, we can tap down the Topplegeist because I'm not worried about the zombie anymore. That prevents him from flying in, going by air. So Thalia's Lancers, which won't get us anything, but I think here I just go ahead and swing in with the It. Blessed Alliance. 2, so they're gaining 4 life, and we sacrifice an attacking creature. We might have wanted to swing with an insect to sort of get around that, but I wasn't too worried about it, because once again, Season Pass is pretty much like a free pass for us to get through. So we're going to go ahead and bring out the Lancers. Once again, keeping up for... we don't have anything legendary left. Do you want to use this ability? Yes. And then, okay. So, yeah, I didn't think we had anything legendary left. The reason why I didn't do Season Pass there is because we're going to be able to bring a ton of cards into our hand, and I want to sort of clear up our hand first. Like, get rid of the cards that we have in hand first, and then just fill our hand. So, that might be a mistake. I don't know, but I think having Thalia's Lancers out there is pretty good for us. It's again taking out their flyer. They've got Delirium now. Tap target creature, yeah. So they are going to be able to start tapping down one of our creatures, which is unfortunate, but yeah. So Thalia's Lancer is going to start getting tapped down. What are we bringing back with all this? Like a ton of stuff, right? Yeah, you know what? I think I'm just going to Seasons Pass now. Okay, so our 1-drop's going to be in the Inspector. Our 2-drop will be either Geist or Blessed Alliance. I think Blessed Alliance. Our 3-drop, Byway Courier, Gisela, Somberwald Stag, and It. Okay. That puts us 8 cards in hand. I'm probably going to take out the Fiendbinder, maybe. Declare attacker step. We're not going to attack. Let's get rid of... yeah, we'll get rid of the Fiendbinder. So we have all of our best cards back. So we're going to be able to start doing some crazy stuff next turn. They've got just 1 card left in their hand. I might have wanted to do the Choking Restraints. Emrakul's a Promised End. Okay. That is unfortunate, but there's not a whole lot we can do about it. So now if they should tap down just one of the insects. Keep Thalia's up to walk into Emrakul, yeah. They're tapping it down? Oh, please do. That's great. That is great for us. Because now they're not going to be able to swing in with it. So we may not be in as bad of a position as I thought we were originally. Now I'm definitely wishing I had nixed one of the Choking Restraints first. We can still get one of our Slayers, and if that's the case, I'll gladly get rid of one of the Choking Restraints and put it on Emrakul. Emrakul doesn't have Trample, no, so we don't have to worry about... Oh, it does have Trample. Flying, Trample, and Protection from Instants. So we're on a very short clock. Gisela, okay. I would have brought out the Stag and had it fight Emrakul, so that would have died. Now we can tap it down because it's Protection for Instants. Okay, good. So we can tap it down. So we have to remember to keep 1 mana up every single turn. Oh no, because they're going to swing in with the Priest, aren't they? Yeah, they're going to swing in with the priest. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, well, not much we can do about it. Wait, why would... Is it target opponent? Target opponent sacrifice. Yeah, so they can't use Blessed Alliance to make us sack one of our own creatures. So they went for the life game. Yeah, I didn't think that priest was going to live. So now we know they have Emicrol, so we can definitely keep... I mean, if we catch an Angelic Purge, that would be awesome, because it has protection of instants, but not sorcery spells. They're going to tap down Gisela, almost guaranteed, yeah. Okay, so we have Duskwatch Recruiter. So we're taking 13 by air next turn, unless we can do something that'll prevent it. This is... Reveal creature cards. Yeah, before seasons passed, I really should have put one of the Choking Restraints back into my hand. So we're paying for that now. I don't think we can do anything. I think we're pretty much... You know what we can do is we can try to draw into Angelic Purge. We did not draw into Angelic Purge. If we Inspector, we might still be able to draw into Angelic Purge. Well, we did, but we don't have the mana. We don't have the mana to do anything about it. Oh. We have no flyers that can block this. We'll be taking 10 by air for sure. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Yeah, so we'll move on to the next game. We know they have Emicrol now, which is important because we're going to hold back for it. I'm actually going to bring in a second Angelic Purge and take out Hope Against Hope. Because I really want to make sure I have something. I have to watch that. I was playing more of a conservative game there because I thought we were going to win it on pace, not realizing that we were going to run into an Emicrol there. But overall, I think we did okay. I don't think there's anything else we really need to change. I mean, we might want to bring in something that can block some flyers. Like maybe the Swift Spinner. You know, yeah, let's take out the Fiendbinder and let's bring in the Swift Spinner. Because they didn't see much in the way for us being able to block flyers other than the obvious ones like Gisela. So I think that's good for us. I think we're okay there. Would you like to play first? Yes. I mean, I would like another Forest. It's not a horrible hand, so we're going to keep it. We are going to keep it. Hopefully we can draw one of our 2-drops. That'd be super great. We're not even... Okay, we got into the land, which isn't wonderful for us, but at least it's going to allow us to cast Thalia's Lancers. On turn 5. Oh, excellent. So another Forest. Perfect. We're going to bring out the Courier, and then we can bring out Tangle Claw next turn. I'm not even that worried about clock. I mean, they've got 10 minutes, we've got 9. That's more than enough time to play out another game. I don't think it's going to last anywhere near as long as it did this last time, so... More land. Okay, I think we can sort of stop with the land now. Swinging with the Courier, because it's not really going to do anything against the Bygone Bishop. So maybe this is just going to be a race, a creature race. It's kind of cool, because we'll be able to bring out Gisela thanks to Thalia's Lancers next turn. Thanks to casting Thalia's Lancers next turn. Bring out Gisela next turn. Unless we draw Gisela, in which case we can bring her out next turn. And this is 7 to flip. Okay, so we're still a ways away from being able to flip the Tangle Claw. They gain 3 life. All of this is okay. We're still doing okay. Alrighty, so let's swing in with the courier. Lancers will fetch us Gisela. Yes, we do. So that's going to help slow down their flying game. I mean, they've got removal. They've got a fair amount of removal, from what I remember as well, too. We're going to be able to Abbey as well, too. So, and we've got mana up to start creating tokens, but it's their Air Force, which I'm mostly worried about. We may need to just be super aggressive and force them to start keeping things back to block our creatures. This is the exact opposite for them last time. They were so flooded with plains, and they didn't have any swamps. So I'm wondering if being off of plains is going to hurt them at all. Faithbearer Paladin. More land. Definitely not what I needed. Bring out Gisela. And I think... Do we swing in with the courier and... You know what? I'm going to swing in with... that'll gain them more life. I'm not actually as worried about them gaining life. If they have choking restraints in their hand, it's bad for us next turn because they'll just pop it on Gisela. Like, if they eat the courier, they're going to gain 3 life, and that's fine. But we're going to gain a clue, which is important to us. So... Because we played a land? Yeah, we played a land. So, because we need to start drawing into answers really quickly. I mean, we can always try to flip the Westvale Abbey, but I mean, I know they've got stuff which will be able to take care of that thing almost immediately. So, we'll see. We'll see if Gisela gets choking restrained. Choking restrained. Then we'll worry. They also had like Boon of Emicrul, which could take care of it. They had Dead Weight, which wouldn't kill it, but it would certainly do some damage to it. The good thing about this is that at least the Tangle Claw can just block the Faithbearer Paladin. They're going to still gain life, but... Okay, so Cryptolith Fragment. Oh, why did I not draw? Oh, I should have drawn. Why didn't I draw? I completely forgot to sack for the clue. Well, let's do it now. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could have flipped the Tangle Claw. I could bring out the Geist. I'm attacking with both of these because if they have Blessed Alliance, I want to be able to choose which one I'm going to sack. They do have Blessed Alliance. Target sacrifice an attacking creature. Okay. So I'm going to bring out the Geistfield Scarecrow here, because it can trade with the Faithbearer Paladin. We're not in as bad of a position as I thought we were going to be. So I'm pretty happy about that. We can do it. We can always start creating tokens with the Westvale Abbey. So, I mean, maybe we can win by flipping the Abbey. That would be kind of cool. Of course, that cost us the game one time, too, so we'll see. Okay, so the boom. Yeah, I was surprised if they didn't swing in by air. Now, this is Must be blocked if able. So next turn we're going to do that. That's 7, right? Yeah. So we're going to transform you. I'm going to swing in with both. Let's see what they have in the way of tricks. Okay, so they didn't catch the must block if able thing. Now they do, so they know they have to put Faithbearer Paladin in front of it. And we don't have enough with the 1 green up, but we're going to be able to cast it next turn. So I think we're still doing good as far as a race goes here. They're still going to be able to swing an unanswered for 4 each turn, but we've got 8 coming in at them, and then it's going to go up to 12, possibly 14 with the 2 insects, so... We're not out of the woods yet, because I know they have the removal. They are off white still, so they're not able to cast stuff like Thalia's Lancers. They didn't have a Gisela, though, because we can hard cast the it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 next turn, so we'll just hard cast it. And if they keep either of their flyers up, it's going to have to block. If they bring anything out that's under 4 toughness, it's going to have to block, so yeah, they have to swing in. Now we're both at 10, the beginning of your upkeep. Oh, it's the beginning of your upkeep. Okay, so. Okay, so this is good for us too. Not great for us. It's the beginning of their upkeep. Oh, I know. Actually, I think we're dead. Are we dead next turn? No, because the it is going to create tokens for us. So, let's bring you out. Show of Plains. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6, 7, 8. So they can do 8 to us next turn. We need 3 blockers, which we'll get with both it. Okay, yeah, so we're going to swing in with both of these. Oh no, okay, so if they think to tap this before the end of their turn and cause us 1 damage, we're screwed. Oh, that's right. Luckily, we have the extra to bring it out, because I forgot about the effect of the Geistfield Scarecrow. They didn't tap. Okay, good. Okay, are they going to do it now? Okay, good. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they can do 8 to us, and we have enough blockers up to block their zombies. If they had tapped that last turn, we would have taken 1 damage, put us down to 8, and they would have had exact to kill us. They still might, because we don't know what they have in their hand. But even if they swing in with everything, we're still going to weather this storm, providing they don't have something sneaky or some sort of trick, which is entirely possible. We just need to keep 3 of our guys up to block the zombies. And the reason why I swung in with the Geistfield Scarecrow next turn is because I wanted to put them in a position where they were low enough on life where we could kill them this upcoming turn. Okay, so one of the cards they have is a Plains, which might be really bad for us because we know they were probably off of white before to cast some of their double white stuff. This is going to be a close game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We still may be dead. We still may be dead. Does this have trample? It does not have trample. It has lifelink, indestructible, and haste. Okay. Because we do have 5 up. We do have 5 creatures. They're holding that back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that block is going to happen, and that block is going to happen. It can still block an additional creature each combat. Okay. Place creatures blocked by the order in which they will be assigned damage. Okay. Okay, I'm very, very nervous because they can still mess us over. If this dies, that's gonna suck for us. Okay. That does not have first strike, correct? All right, so this is what should happen. We should be able to swing in with the Entangler and everything else. Because if they block there and they block there... No. Does lifelink happen at the same time? Like if we do enough damage to them before the lifelink goes through? Okay, well, we're going to try. This should kill them, right? Yes! Okay. Yes. Okay. Whew. I was worried when they set the blocks that way. I thought I screwed something up royally, but we did it. We won. We won. Okay, as you can tell, certain things I still don't have 100%. I don't have 100% confidence with. When it comes to the combat phase, I was worried that lifelink would happen the exact same time, but the way they did the blockers there, even if that was the case, it wasn't going to matter, I don't think. So I'm glad it worked out the way it did. And man, I was crestfallen after that second game when Emrakul came in and rocked our world. But I'm pretty happy that we were able to pull out this match win. So yeah, we're going to see how we do in the next match. However, that is it for this particular part of this series. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, advice, please leave advice. Because even though I won, I know I probably made at least 6 different mistakes throughout those 3 games. So you're more than welcome to let me know in the comments section below, or just, wish me luck if you don't want to let me know that I did something wrong. You can also contact and follow us on Twitter, which is actually one of the best ways for you guys to sort of keep updated if there's ever going to be a delay with one of the videos, or if we're going to be doing new videos or coming out with something different. So that would be at BrainPulpTV, or you can contact and follow me directly on Twitter at Geek Tragedy. And now that all that is said, take care, everyone. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. It means a lot to us here, and I'll see you all very soon.